Cloud. And here we go, guys. We're off and running. Once again, Mario Delgadillo. Welcome to the Saturday morning UCrew movement training. And we want to spend a couple of minutes today, guys, to just reevaluate where we're at in regards to a team. Like I shared with many of you guys, this is the #1 team in the entire company. And the reason why we are the #1 team in the entire company is because of the system that Ricky and Francois Untermeyer has put together, and it's rock solid. So with some of you guys that are brand new, here's what you do. When people get started, it's always been my philosophy that I don't want people to ever feel lost. I don't want people to ever feel like they're like, okay, I'm in, what do I do next? So I'm going to address this first portion of the morning for our new people, okay? For those of you that are new, if you haven't had an opportunity to meet me, my name is Mario Delgadillo. I'm an emerald here with the company. We've done very, very well, very, very fast. My wife and I, in our first 12 weeks or so, have made about $70,000 in the compensation plan, and we've helped at least, I'd say, over 20 folks make anywhere from $4,000 to $10,000 in their first 30 days. We've put 14 people onto all expense paid trips to the Bahamas. And the only reason is because #1, we work really hard, okay? #2, we follow a rock solid system. And #3, guys, is CBD is the most sexy, most powerful thing that you can find in the marketplace. So if you bring all three of those together, you can and will have the exact same outcomes that many people have had. So the first thing is this. So I just got started. What do I do? The first thing that you should have, and I'm hoping you guys are writing notes, the first thing that you should have gotten is what we call a diamond text. Okay, a diamond text will come from the person who sponsored you, who introduced you to the company, and it's going to have all of your upline leaders on there. These are the leaders that are going to be able to help you to share and expose the business with your friends and family, okay? So the one thing that I want you guys to understand, new people, is that you will never be asked to sell your family, to close your family, or to present anything to your family members. Your job, especially at the beginning, is to just, according to our system, get as many of your people in front of your upline leaders as possible. That's it. That's all you've got to do. So you're going to get the diamond text, and you want to make sure that step #1, you do your quick start training, and there's a link in that text. Do your quick start training and your planning session within 48 hours, okay? Actually, I'd say within 24 hours, okay? Now, that is going to get you all of the fundamental trainings on what we do, how we do it, why we do it. It's going to introduce you to some of your resources that you're going to need to be able to go out there and build this business. And then after you've done your quick start training and your planning session, you should have what we call a 10-minute touch base. A 10-minute touch base is real quick. It's going to be with one of your uplines, so talk to the person who introduced you, but it's going to be with one of the folks on that group, and they're going to jump on the call with you. And I see Luke here. Luke just got started with the company. So welcome, Luke. I met him over at the event in West Covina. So it's going to be real quick. Hey, Luke, you got through the training. Any questions? Any clarification, anything that you need me to go over for you? No, it seems pretty good. Okay, so these are your goals, right? We want to let you know this is how you reach out to people. Make sure that they have the texting script. Make sure that they feel good, and then let her rip, okay? Now, so that happens within 24 hours, okay? Now, your next goal is from 48 to 72 hours. Your goal would be, okay, to reach out to at least 30 people, okay? Now, 30 people on call or text. I prefer text because we have a script. It's easy and it's very simple, okay? And it's very fast. I mean, sometimes you get on a call, that call might last 2 minutes, it might last 10 minutes, and you can't get off. How many of you guys have ever been on a call and you're like, I want to get off this call already, and the person won't stop talking, right? So if you're trying to be time efficient, texting works. So if you send out 30 texts or calls, you're going to get at least 15 people who want to get on what we call a connect call. So 30 texts or calls will get you 15 connect calls, okay? If you get 15 people on a connect call with myself or one of your leaders, 3 to 6 people will join your team. It's just that simple, okay? So when those 3 to 6 people get on your team, okay, then we put them in the exact same system that you just went through. Now, here's the other thing that you have to make sure you guys understand. There's a lot of little groups that are popping up on WhatsApp and on Facebook and on WeChat and on Facebook Messenger. I would caution you to not do that. Don't go out there and create multiple groups because it's going to overwhelm people, right? One of the things that I know about getting into this industry is that when people are new, everything that happens, it feels like, whoa, what's going on? Why am I getting text messages all day from this group? And then I'm getting texts from this group. And when people get confused, how many of you know that when people get confused, they do nothing? Do you know why? Because when people are confused and they do nothing, they're afraid of making a mistake. So if they're afraid of making a mistake, people clam up. So there's only two groups that you should be on. Number one, your Facebook group that we have for the UCrew Nation. So the person that adds you into the Diamond group will also add you and welcome you to our Facebook group, okay? That's where, from Ricky and Francoise Untermeyer, all of the updates, all of the trainings, all of the announcements come from them for all of their group. There's over 7,000 people on their team, okay? The second is a WhatsApp group that we have for the UCrew movement, okay? Now, that one, I think there's a lot of people joining that haven't been introduced to that WhatsApp group yet. And that is all of the information from me. Okay, so from my team down, you want to have all the daily updates. You want to have all the daily, announcements. And the reason why that's so important is, guys, because I work with Mr. Dallin Larson, Daniel PQ, Mr. Dan Zhu on a daily basis. And when I hear things from them, I turn over, and that's the first place I go to. I don't even go to the Facebook group. I go to my group first and foremost. So contact your upline leader if you haven't been put into the WhatsApp group, or contact myself, and I'll make sure it happens for you. It's a perfect way for you guys to stay all plugged in. Now, a couple things. If this is new to you, I'm going to tell you ahead of time, you're going to get a lot of notifications in that group, okay? Because there's a lot of people joining. There's a lot of people excited. There's a lot of people asking questions. Now, this is one of the necessary evils in network marketing. Maybe some of you guys are people that are like, I'm not somebody who likes rah-rah. I'm not somebody who needs all that stuff. Well, listen, to build a 6- and 7-figure business, you're going to have thousands of people who love rah-rah. Don't pour water on their flame. Let me say that again. Don't pour water on somebody's fire because you're not somebody who needs that. Right? If you want to grow a 6- and 7-figure business and actually pull everything out of this company that it possibly can, then you have to understand that there's people on your team that are rah-rah. There's people on your team that love to have fun. There's people on your team that love to be encouraging and excited for people. Don't be the person that says, well, can I get out of this group because it's just giving me notifications all day, okay? Here's the deal. I tell people this all the time. If you had 40 people in that group that were enrolling new people and welcoming them in, and they all meant direct money to you, you would love those notifications. You would absolutely love them. The problem is that when you have nobody building at the beginning and you're brand new and you see all these notifications, it can become, like, oh man, can't keep up anymore. You would keep up, again, if it was your team. So here's the key, get to work. Okay, go get to work, get a bunch of people out there on your team, enrolling people, and just see how excited you get them. You'll actually love those notifications, all right? So make sure you're on the Facebook page. Make sure you're on our WhatsApp group. So again, real quick as a recap, you should have gotten a Diamond text, okay? The Diamond text is a regular SMS text on your iPhone or your Android, okay? That one there will have all of your upline leaders, and it's going to have the information for your quick start training and your planning session. Get that done within 24 hours. After you've done that, have a quick 10-minute touch base with your upline leaders so they can give you a good understanding on where you need to go. Next, in regards to reaching out to people, make sure you've been added to the Facebook group, and also make sure you've been added to the WhatsApp group. And we just duplicate that out like crazy, okay? There's no secret sauce. The secret sauce is you. How hard do you want to work? How much do you want to put into this is going to be directly connected to how much you get out of this, right? I want you guys to understand 99% of you guys have a day job. 99% of you guys have a full-time job that you do, and it requires you to be focused. I understand that. I'm not telling you, hey, I need you to put 30, 40, 50 hours of work into this business. Can you? Yes. Should you? In my opinion, yes, but you don't have to. What I'm telling you is, let's say you're like, Mario, I can dedicate about 15 hours a week to this business, okay? Now, first thing I would tell you is identify where those hours are at, or you'll never hit it. Meaning, I'm going to put in 2 hours a day here. I'm going to put in an hour here at my lunch. I'm going to put another 2 hours here, and identify the times that you're going to focus. And when you have those 15 hours, focus. Here's what people do. Oh, for the next 2 hours, I'm going to build my Viseo business. And then you get your phone, and instead of reaching out to people, you're texting friends, you're on Instagram. And then when you're done, you're like, okay, all right, I did my 2 hours of work today. No, you didn't. Okay. So when you have 2 hours, put 100% into those 2 hours. If you're going to work 15 hours a week, if you're going to be a part-time business builder with Viseo, which most of you are, be 100% during that part-time. So I would say work in blocks of time, but when you're dialed in, actually be dialed in. Do what you say you're going to do. And ultimately that takes you guys being disciplined. Okay. So let's talk about some events. On Monday of this week, there are three in-person events going on. The first one is going to be in the Central Valley in Stockton, California, at Monica and James's house. We're going to send out the information to that in just a few minutes. It starts at 7 o'clock, guys. What I want you guys to do is understand this. Be there at 7, okay? It's a little bit of a shift. We used to start at 7, so people started getting there at 6:30. Be there at 7 because from 7 to 7:30 is a meet and greet and a testing round. So you get in, you can try out the cream, try out some of the products that they might have there, and then meet other people. From 7 to 7:30 is a meet and greet. Now, I would strongly encourage you not to say to your guests, oh, it starts at 7:30. Because if it starts at 7:30, if they show up, it's going to be at 7:45 and they're going to be late. Tell them it starts at 7, but internally we know that from 7 to 7:30, it's a meet and greet, and it's also a testing. But we also build that in because we know people are always going to be late. Okay, so tell them get there at 7. That's when it starts. Don't show up at 6:30. So 7 o'clock, 7:30, testing, meet and greet. We get the show on the road at 7:30. So first one is in Stockton, California, at James and Monica's home. The second one is going to be in Norwalk, California, in Southern California, over at Tanya's house, Tanya Valentine, and the same thing, 7 o'clock. We're going to have that information up. And the third one is at my home here in Jurupa Valley. It's in the Inland Empire, 7 o'clock. We'll have all three of those out for you. Now, that said, here is our goal. We have our pay period for this week closes on Monday. I want you all to start conditioning your mindset. When we're on the weekend, here's what I want you to think. Tuesday doesn't exist, okay? If you're listening and you're dialed in, and if you know how, because I know some of this is new for you guys, go to the chat and say Tuesday doesn't exist. Type that in there. Tuesday doesn't exist. Or if you're on your phone, say Tuesday doesn't exist. And I'm going to share with you why, okay? Because people always do, they take the path of least resistance, right? They're always going to do later what they can do today. So we have meetings on Monday. We want to close our pay period strong on Monday. Even if, here's the thing that I want you guys to understand. And when we go through the compensation plan here in a few minutes, you guys will really, really understand this, okay? Even if you don't have anything really going right now, the tendency, okay, what's Tuesday? Yeah, the tendency for people is like, let's say it's Monday and you only got one person in. The tendency for people is to say, well, I'm going to just wait till tomorrow to put them in so I can get it for my next pay period and really get the ball rolling. No, I encourage you to put them in now, because now it's 2 people building in that week or 3 people building in that week instead of you having to start from scratch. So you always want to hit it hard, close hard here, use all that momentum to build into the next week. So the reason I'm sharing that with you guys is because we actually have Corbin and Holly Roush, the master distributors of our company, coming to my West Covina office on Wednesday of this week at 7 o'clock. Okay, and it's going to be ridiculous. Let me tell you about these folks. These folks have made over $16 million in their career in network marketing, okay? They actually ran with Dallin at their last company, okay? And at the last company, in 10 years, they did 14 million, okay? Now, in 19 months with this company, they've done 2 million. So they're on track to just shatter what they've done in the past. And they're absolutely incredible people. They're coming in, and I'm going to tell you this much. I'm going to be as bold as to tell you this. When you bring guests to this meeting on Wednesday, they will sign up. That's just all there is to it. But here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to start talking to people today about Wednesday. Talk to them about a meeting on Monday, okay, or calls on Monday, because would you rather bring one person to the meeting on Wednesday, or get that person locked in on Monday, get them trained, and then you bring that one person, but now they're bringing 2 or 3 people with them on Wednesday, right? Would you rather utilize them to bring more people on Wednesday, or just wait until Wednesday? That's why I tell you Tuesday doesn't exist. We are going to close hard on Monday, and we're going to use all of that fruit, all of those brand new, excited people, train them up, and bring a massive army into Wednesday night with Corbin and Holly Roush out on Wednesday night. Now, that event on the 13th is a Wednesday. The following Saturday, the 23rd, out in Carlsbad, California, we're having a super regional. That's a special event. It's an all-day event on Saturday. Mr. Dallin Larson himself will be there, right? As well as Carrie Larson, his wife and co-founder. You also have Mr. Daniel PQ that's going to be there. You also have Corbin and Holly that are going to be there. I expect for us to have at least 75 to 80 people from our group there, maybe even closer to 100. We are going to represent, and again, it's going to be an all-day event. They're going to talk about everything, compensation plan. There's going to be phenomenal training on the products. You're going to be able to hear from people who understand these products inside and out. You're going to be able to go out there. Probably going to be some recognition as well. So for those of you guys that have been hitting rank, you're going to get recognized. It's going to be an incredible time for you to walk up to Mr. Dallin, shake his hand, ask him questions, and be able to just really understand and absorb and really let this company get into your skin and get into your blood. So I'm going to tell you this much. In networking, most times people don't really make it to success because it requires sacrifice. Guess what, guys? I know every single one of you guys have something to do on the 23rd. I guarantee it. I have 2 kids that have games that week. One's baseball, one's softball. Guess what? I'm not going. What? You're not going? Yeah, because they're 5 and 7, and they'll have 10 other ones this year. This season, and then they'll have 10 every single year until they're 18. But guess what? Because I'm willing to put in the sacrifice, yes, we are going to wear black and white again, okay? Somebody just asked, at all events we wear black and white because we're a team, we want to be unified. But what happens is because I'm willing to miss a game or 2 here and there, I'm also able to stay home with them every single day, right? If you did the math, right, and every couple months you have to miss a Saturday game, but then you figure out how Monday through Friday you're spending all the time in the world with them, I think it works out in their favor, right? Hey, I've got a birthday party. They'll probably have a birthday the next year, okay? You've got to figure this out. And again, this is why most people don't hit the levels they want to hit with this industry, because they always figure out a good reason why, okay, that they shouldn't be here. Right? I always say a good reason, right? Softball games for your kids, that's a good reason. Birthday parties, that's a good reason, right? Oh, it's my such and such, or I got to make this happen. Those are all good reasons, but they're also good reasons why you'll never make it to the top. It's going to require sacrifice. I'm not telling you guys to have a Saturday training every week. I'm telling you once every couple months, we're going to have a Saturday training, and that's when you and your entire team need to be there. You need to be there early. You need to represent. You need to be there with notes, right? Because leaders take notes. right? People that come in and they're just, you know, whatever, they just listen. We only retain 10% of what we hear. So we want to take notes, because our job is to help you to become successful. Our job, my job, is to help you to be the best that you can be in this company, so that you can pull out as much as you can for you and your family, okay? And so with that being said, guys, yes, this event is absolutely for prospects. Absolutely. Somebody asked that question. It's a good question. We are going to roll deep, yes. But this is absolutely 100% for prospects. Understand this. I'm going to say this right now. There is no meetings unless I say ahead of time that are prospects only. Everything we do is for prospects, okay? Because going to a Super Saturday training, it's going to get you better. It's going to condition your mind. It's going to teach you. But ultimately, if you didn't have any prospects there, or if we made this event that for you to not bring prospects, ultimately you spent 8 hours or however long, 2 hours driving there, 2 hours driving back, whatever it is, you spent the hours without making any money. And that is not revenue generating activity, right? So you mean brand? No. Yes, I will say all meetings are for prospects as well, unless I say it's for brand partners only, team members, reps, okay? When I say that, unless I say it's for brand partners only, consider every meeting open for prospects, okay? So, all right, so with that being said, guys, now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna actually go into the compensation training. So this is one that I hope you guys really find value with. I hope that you guys are taking notes on, and we are going to actually go through a PowerPoint presentation on this as well, okay? So once again, let me know by way of chat if you can see my screen, guys. And then you can also, let me see here. Awesome. Thank you, guys. I can see that you can see the screen. Appreciate you. All right. So with that being said, guys, let's get into the information. So to set up the compensation model, first and foremost, there's a couple of things that you have to know. Number one, everything we do in Viseo revolves around sales volume, okay? Somebody asked me a question the other day. They said, Mario, is it more important for us to get people, or is it more important for us to sell products? The answer is sell products. But there is a very, very effective way to sell products where you sell more sales volume, and it's by building distribution. You see, when I got involved into this industry, I didn't know or understand how distribution worked, how sales distribution worked, until somebody, I'm a simple guy, okay? I'm not the smartest guy in the world. He said, Mario, listen, let's say you owned a vending machine, okay? And you put that vending machine on the street corner. How do you make money off that vending machine? And I said, well, I make money when people put their money in and something comes out. Exactly. He's like, you don't make money just because you own it, right? Because you could own it and it could be empty. You only make money when that vending machine spits out product. I said, yes. He said, okay. That said, would you rather own a vending machine here and put it on this street corner and that's it? Or would you rather have 75 vending machines all over and spread out all over Southern California? And I was like, well, that's a stupid answer. Yeah, of course, I want to have 75. And he goes, Kendo, I need you to understand, it's not that you own 75 vending machines that you're going to make money. It's because 75 vending machines are spitting out product. So think of this. He goes, now here's the other thing. Would you rather get 75 vending machines and line them all up in a row at one place? Or would you rather create distribution channels all over the place? And I said, I'd rather spread them out. He said, okay, that's network marketing. You see, each and every one of you represents an online store, right? And so when somebody joins the team, okay, let's say I see David Kong. What's up, David? How are you, brother? David lives out over in Los Angeles. So in my mind, okay, David represents a new online store. An online store where people can either start another online store by him introducing the business, or by default, they can buy products from him, but he's an online store in Los Angeles. Now, when he brings somebody into the team, they buy a startup pack. That startup pack is what? It's product. So when somebody joins, it's actually product being sold. So we make money, and everything we do in this company revolves around product sales. And the reason we do it through distribution is because, again, would you rather own one vending machine or would you rather own 75? Well, 75, but why? Because 75 vending machines are spitting out product, and it's off the product that we make money. Is this clear, guys? If it's clear, hit a number 1 in the chat so I can understand or make sure that you guys get that concept. Because once you get that concept, you'll understand why we go out and we always present the business first, because a person is more valuable to you if they're a distribution center as opposed to somebody just wanting to buy products from you. Okay, so it's very, very important. Now, you want to be able to have as much distribution as possible. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So let's get into the information here. So there are 7 different ways that we get paid in our compensation plan. So number 1, wholesale to retail. That means that you can buy the product and you can sell it. Now, I'll tell you, number 1 is going to be in transition very soon. Because of CBD and how powerful it is, we've had so many business owners, particularly like chiropractors, massage therapists, doctors, holistic medicine, people who own, supplement stores, things like that, even dispensaries. They're reaching out and saying, can I buy this product in bulk and stock it? The answer is yes. They're going to be rolling out here within the next 30 to 60 days, bulk packages. And the value and the money you make on that is going to be a lot richer than it is right now. But yes, you can wholesale it and sell it. Just basically sell product to people. Number 2, product introductory bonus. Number 3, team commissions. Number 4, matching bonus. Number 5, rank advance bonus. And number 6, global leadership bonus. Number 7, lifestyle cruises or trips and cruises all over. Who likes to travel? I'm excited about the Bahamas. And number 8, multiple business centers. So we'll talk about that. And we're going to go through each one of these in detail. Somebody decided they wanted to write on the screen. Hold on, so I'm gonna have to go and take that off because it'll bug me. Erase. Awesome. Okay, so let's talk about the next one. So customer sales bonus. This is wholesale to retail. 80 CV active brand partners will be paid the difference between customer price and brand partner price on their personally sponsored customers. So if you look at the applications, okay, that you guys have in your back office, or you should be getting those, it tells us, for instance, if somebody, okay, wanted to just buy Neuro is $67.95. The brand partner price is $59.95. So you would make the difference on that. So like I said, you'd make about $9, $8, okay? See, so in my opinion, okay, for me, this is just me, that's not worth my time, okay? Everything in life is based, is a value proposition, right? Some of you guys go to church on Sunday, some of you don't, because you don't see the value. Some of you guys go to the gym every single day, and some of you don't, because you don't see the value, right? Some of you guys dedicate time to service in the community, and some of you don't, because you don't see the value. Or you see the value in all 3, you just don't see enough value. For me, I don't see enough value because to me, my time is worth money. $8 to sit with somebody is not worth my money. That doesn't mean I won't cash that check. That means that I would rather talk to them about distribution. And if they say no, and I want to buy a couple products, then I'll do that. So we always start with distribution first. Hey, would you like to do what we're doing? And if they say no, then we default back to the actual customer, okay? So, but in order to be paid on customers, you have to have at least 80 CV, which is our monthly purchase. Now you can see, if you come back here, if you look at Neuro is 40 CV, okay? So for those of you who are saying, so what does CV mean? Well, Neuro is $67, it's $40. So if you wanted to buy Neuro and Core Complete, Neuro for a brand partner is $59, and Core Complete is $64. So you add those together, that's 80 CV. That's what you would have to do at least on a monthly basis, buy 2 products basically to be able to have 80 CV, okay? So now, product introductory bonus or introduction bonus. This is where the big money starts to happen. Now, 80 CV active partners will earn 20% PIB, product introduction bonus, on purchases from newly sponsored brand partners for their first commissionable order. So when I enroll somebody into the team, or when you enroll somebody onto the team, okay? Let's see here. Let's say Gigi. So let's say Gigi enrolls somebody onto the team, and they pick, they sign up for the, let's see here, the Builders Assortment Pack, okay? That's the $1,379 pack, okay? When you look at that here, it says 1,000 CV, okay? So she would make 20% of that 1,000, that's $200, okay? Bam. Is that way better? You're going to spend the same amount of time with somebody, okay? You're going to allow us to share with them. You're not going to do it. You're going to just set up a call, let us do the work. Would you rather make, what did we say here? $13 or $200 when somebody joins your team, okay? Now, the next thing is upgrades do not count for PIB. So what does that mean? Let's say you get started for the intro pack for $249, right? That's the introduction CBD package. That's your first initial order. Gigi enrolled you into the team and you bought that. She is going to make a 20% PIB on 160 CV. So it's like $20, okay? That's what you would get paid out. Now, let's say 4 or 5 days later, you go to a meeting and you're like, you know what was I doing? I'm gonna build up. I want to have the builder pack. So you go and you rank up. Couple things about I would say rank up. Don't mix that up with your ranks. So you upgrade, okay? You upgrade from the 249 to the builder's pack. Number one, you're gonna end up paying more because they're complete packs. So it's not like they're going to say, okay, pay the difference and we're going to give you the difference in product. No, it's a drop shipping manufacturing company. They don't do custom packages. So it's either your first pack and then you upgrade, you get a full second pack. So you're going to pay the full amount. You end up going to pay more than you did at the beginning. Now, Gigi, though, won't get PIB on that upgrade. Something that's very important that you guys have to understand. So when you're sitting down with somebody and you think that they should be going for that, and from your perspective, you're like, oh, you are taking the path of least resistance, and you allow them to just get started for the 240, even though you know if we could show them some more value, they would probably go up. You should probably do that because down the road when they upgrade, you're not going to get that particular upgrade, if that makes sense, okay? So the other thing is keep in mind, until the end of March, there's a 40% PIB promotion available. So if you got started with the Builders Pack, okay, which is the top package, and now there's 3 Builders Packs, actually 4. There's a CBD Builders Pack, there's a Builders Pack for Eternal only, there's a Weight Loss Builders Pack, and there's an Assortment Builders Pack. So any one of these 4, if you got started with these, and then you enroll a Builders Pack of any one of those 4, okay, then you could actually earn 40%. How does that work? So we get paid Tuesday to Monday. Anything that happens in that range, when you do 2 in a week, it gets you 40%. So today's Saturday. So today, let's say I enroll Anthony Bonilla at the Builders Pack, right? That's my first person for the week. Because I have a Builders Pack and I sold the Builders Pack, he's my first one. Technically in the system, it's going to show 20%. But when I do another one tomorrow, that means my second. Now that I have 2 in a given week, it activates 40% for that one and the first one. So Anthony, the one I had 24, now it changes to 40, and this one changes to 40. And then anything I do through Monday, I could get 15. Every single one of them are going to get 40% through Monday. Okay? So that's why we always run really hard to close out the week to get double PIB. Okay? For instance, let's say you have one person and then you really push to get hard. That could be a $200 bonus, right? And then another $200 bonus, or it could be $400, okay? It's double. It's really, really important that you guys understand how this works. And this is good through the end of March. So a couple of things that I want you to understand. Guys, this is also a recruiting tool, okay? It's very important for you guys to understand, okay, that somebody's going to get started because they want to have double bonuses. But you also understand when that person gets started, we want to also use that double bonus story to help people join their team as well. So right now, there's a lot of you guys that have people on the fence. They're like, oh, I'm going to get started next week. No, tell them right now. Next week, they're running out of time to use that double PIB, okay? Now, the third is team commissions, okay? AKA team commissions, TC, AKA the binary, okay? So paid to brand partners at star rank or above, okay? Now, paid in a cycle of 240 CV and 480 CV at a rate of $28 per cycle. So how does this work? I'm going to come up here to my board, and I hope you guys can see it okay. Now, I'm going to try to write big, okay? So here's you, okay? On this side, okay, first of all, just so you know, see how it says paid to brand partners? You have to be qualified or activated to make sure that you can earn this. So there's some qualifications. Number one is you have to have at least, let me see here. So I have to make sure okay. You have to have at least 80 CV or 160 CV, okay, on a monthly basis. And you have to have enrolled one person on your left and one person on your right, okay? That means they have had to buy a package, sponsor them to the team, okay? Once you've done that, now you can earn commission, team commissions, which is number 3, okay? So how does this work? When 240 CV comes in on one side and 480 CV comes in on another, it creates a cycle, okay? That cycle generates $28, okay? So as people are joining your team, you can actually have 1,000 cycles in 1 week, okay? That means you can make up to $28,000 a week when people are joining on each side. Now, what I want you to understand is this. Notice it says team commissions. It's not just what you do, but it's what your team does, okay? But it does take some effort from you to get it started. So here's how this works. And I want you to understand the snowball effect. And I also want you to understand why being early counts and why, because we are in the company right now, in 5 years, these are going to get ridiculous because we only build 2 teams, okay? So let's say in your first week, you enrolled 1, 2, 3, 4 people. And then on this side, you enrolled 1, 2 there. So you have 6 people total, right? Now, they all did the builder's pack. So that's 1,000 CV on each and 1,000 on this side, okay? So if you do that out, right, you can see now whenever there's 240, right, and whenever there's 480, it creates a cycle, right? So there's 3,000 on each side. You can do the math and see how many cycles would have been created. That's what you get paid, right? But now that every one of them have been diamond texts, now they've gone in there and they've done their training. Now they're setting up connect calls and they're building, okay? Week 2, you're still enrolling people, okay? And when you put your people, they come here. And when you put your people, they come here. But so now these people are also building. You get that? See, and so this continues to grow over time. And so week 2 should be bigger than week 1 because it's not just you anymore. It's you and 6 people building. So 6 could become 12. So your first week you had $6,000 in volume. Week 2 could be 12,000 if everybody just duplicated what you did just one time. So this is why I tell you our system is so important, because I don't want you guys to get overwhelmed. You're like, geez, how in the world am I going to do $12,000 in volume on my small leg? You don't. Your team does. And that's why our system is so important, okay? So that's how the binary works. What you do is every single time it gets paid every time 240 CV and 480 get created, it creates a cycle. That cycle releases $28 into your pay, and you can max out that cycle 1,000 times per week. That's 28 grand per week, guys. Huge, huge way to make money, okay? Now, the next is our team commissions matching bonuses. So what does that mean? Active brand partners of at least 160 CV or above who are qualified and paid at bronze or above. So just so you guys know, matching bonuses, okay, you only get them any level 1 through 7, you only get them if you have 160 CV, okay? Paid according to the generations in your downline based on your paid as rank, okay? And you paid on compressed generations of bronze. So I'm gonna go through this real quick. So when you become bronze, right? So in a few, we're gonna talk about what it takes to become bronze. That's your team volume, okay? Like we just pointed out here. When you become bronze and you have 160 CV, which is your LCP, that's basically your monthly purchase, you will start to earn 20% on anybody you personally enroll on their team commission. So let's look at it this way. Let's come back here. So let's say in this example, okay, in this example, there's you, okay, and you enroll 1, 2, 3. These people, for the purposes of number 4, which is your team commissions, these people are your level 1, right? So you see here it says generation 1. They're generation 1 because you personally sponsored them. So we're going to put a 1 here, okay? It doesn't matter if they're left, right, or they're right next to you, or they're 800 levels deep. If you personally enroll them from your link, they're level 1 generation. So when you hit bronze, okay, and I'm gonna share with you how that works in a second, and you have, okay, 160 CV on your monthly purchase, you'll start making 20% of their binary. So remember this one here, okay, this binary, whatever they're making on a weekly basis in their binary, you're gonna make, okay, 20% of that. Does that make sense? See, because this guy gets started and he's got a team here and he's got a team here that's creating cycles and he's making money. Whatever he makes, you make 20% of that. Whatever he makes, you make 20% of that. Whatever she makes, you make 20% of that. But you've got to have, okay, you've got to have 160 CV up. So I see a question coming in. Let me see here. Yes. Can you stop sharing your screen so we can see the full whiteboard? Hold on. Okay, I'll do that. When I go back to every time I go to the whiteboard, I'll stop sharing the screen, then I'll go back and forth, okay? So now you guys can still see the PowerPoint though at this point because we're back to the PowerPoint. Okay, so now, silver. When you hit silver and you have 160 CV, you're going to earn level 1 and level 2. So let's say anybody, okay, anybody that this person, or this person brings in is your level 2. Level 2, they'll put their other person here, level 2, level 2. Okay, so anybody that when you hit silver, you're going to get level 1 and level 2. So whatever these people make, all these 2s, whatever they make on their binary, you get to match that. And then whatever these 1s make on their binary, you get to match that. Okay? That's how that works. So now we'll come back here. When you hit gold and platinum, now you're hitting 3 generations, 10% or 20%, 10%, 5%, okay? And so on and so forth, you go down. So for instance, right now, I'm an emerald, okay? That means that when I have 160 CV, okay, I'm gonna earn 20, 10, 5, 5, 5. So I'm getting paid right now on 5 levels through my team. Our matching bonus, guys, has no cap. Let me tell you that again. Your binary has a $28,000 a week cap. But I've personally sponsored, I have to recheck. I think I might be close to 50 now. I've personally sponsored 50 people. So think about generation 1, there's 50 people there. Imagine what my generation 2 looks like. Wow. Imagine what my generation 3 looks like. 4 and 5, and there's no cap. So if every single one of those people were maxing out their binary 10 years from now, what could that mean for me just in matching bonuses? That's ridiculous, guys. And then ambassador ranks, I'm going to share with you what those are in just a sec. And then you also have crown ranks, and you get 6 through 7, okay? So now, rank advanced bonuses, these are fun. Number 1, 160, not PVCV, active, paid as white diamonds or above. So rank advanced bonuses come in. You'll also see them as RAK, okay? Those come in when you're white, diamond, and above, okay? The rank advanced bonuses is divided into 10 payments, with the first being paid upon the rank advancement. The second through 10 payments are made on a month-to-month basis that partner maintains that rank at least 1 week. So let me share with you how that works. So when you hit white diamond, okay, you're going to make $5,000. So your total payout is $50,000, okay? Now let's say, okay, let me do this because I'm going to skip ahead just so that we can see. So if you look at this here, I know it's hard to see. White diamond says that you have to have at least 240 CV, okay? So your monthly purchase is $240 or 240 points, okay? You have to have, the company's not, holding people accountable to active customers at this point, so we're still new. But you would have to have 3 people sponsored on your left personally and 3 people sponsored on your right, okay? And then you have to have here at least 40,000 points on your left leg, okay? You have to have 80,000 PET. So let me share with you what that means, okay? I'm going to come over here. Okay. Just so you guys understand, PET stands for personally enrolled volume, okay? So I'm going to try to simplify this as much as possible. So let's say I initially started out with 3 people on each side, okay? Because that's what I need, right? It said I need at least 3 on this side and 3 on this side. Now, from these 3 people each, anything that happens as far down on each one of these and on here, anything that happens from these 3 down through eternity is considered my PET, personally enrolled team volume, okay? So when you have your first 3 on each side, okay, what I need to have, so if I'm going to say, okay, listen, I'm going to hit white diamond. Do I have 3 people that I've personally sponsored on each side? Yes, check, okay? Now, when I look at this on a weekly basis, let's say this side has 80,000 in volume now, and this side has 50,000 in volume, okay? Do I have at least 40,000 in volume on my weaker team? Yes, I do. Check, okay? Now, based on this 80, let's say 30 of it, okay, is PET, meaning there's people above that are bringing people in. That doesn't count for your PET. It counts for your volume overall, but it doesn't count for your PET volume. So out of this 80, 30 are directly connected to these 3 people, which ultimately are connected to you. And then on this side, let's say 20, okay, is of that 50 is connected to these 3 people, which are ultimately to you. So do I have 50,000 in PET? Check. Now I'm a white diamond, okay? And so what happens is, let me come back here. I don't know how people are not staying on this training. Maybe they have other things that'll teach them how to make $15,000, $20,000 a week that need attention. So as you see all the way to the right, okay, you have to do that 4 out of the 6 weeks to be able to be a white diamond, okay? So now we achieve white diamond because we've done this 4 out of 6 weeks. Now you're white diamond. So if you come back here, what does that mean? That means that you're now eligible to make 10 payouts of $5,000 on top of everything else you're already making. At the end of the month, they give you a $5,000 bonus on top, okay? okay? Excuse me, yeah, at the end of the month, okay? So what happens is, hold on one second. Let me make sure it's monthly. Yeah, at the end of the month, okay? So what happens is you actually do that for 10 months straight, okay, or however many it takes. So when you achieve white diamond, okay, at least one time in that month, you get that $5,000 payout, okay, that month. But let's say in a given month, I not only hit white diamond, but I blew past it to black diamond, okay? Now the same requirement that I'm gonna show you those in just a minute, but there's requirements for black diamond also. Let's say I'm not only hitting white diamond, but I'm hitting black diamond as well. Well, that means at the end of that month, I'm getting a $15,000 check, 5 from white diamond and 10 from black diamond, right? And you basically do that for 10 months straight, okay? Pretty awesome, okay? Now, when you hit, when you hit, let's say crown blue diamond, you hit 10 payments of 40,000 on a monthly basis. Let's say you screamed through white diamond, black diamond, and then you're at royal, okay? That's $20,000, $30,000, $35,000 check at the end of the month on top of everything else that we're making for 10 months. Pretty insane, guys. And so this is how it looks. You have white diamond, you get a $50,000 rank advance bonus, black diamond, 100,000, royal black diamond, 200,000, imperial black diamond, 300, crown blue diamond, 400,000, double crown blue diamond, 500,000, and then triple crown blue diamond is 1 million. Think about this. Look at that on the bottom there. Imagine making a $100,000 bonus at the end of the month for 10 months straight. What could life be like for you? I don't even think some of us, even myself included, understand what that could be like. What could that mean? To have a $100,000 bonus coming at the end of the month. But by the way, let's say you went from crown to triple real fast. That means it's actually a $190,000 bonus at the end of the month for 10 months. That's absolutely ridiculous, guys, okay? It really, really is ridiculous. So now let's keep on going. Global leadership bonus, okay? So this is that 3% bonus that you hit when you hit gold. So brand partners who are active with at least 160 PV, qualified and paid at the gold rank or above, earn that 3%. So earn shares based on your paid rank as additional shares based on additional qualifications. So I don't know if many of you guys know this, but when you hit gold, everybody gets 3%, right? So like the company globally does a 3%, they do a snapshot of what they made that week for the whole company. They take 3% of that. Now, when you hit gold, you start getting a piece of that 3. But based on your rank, you actually make more of that 3%. So for instance, if you're a gold, you get a certain amount of that 3%. If you're platinum, you get a certain amount of that 3%. If you're ruby, blue sapphire, or emerald, you make a certain amount of that and all the way up. So the higher your rank, the higher your piece of that pie is. This gets paid out every single week, okay? Now, leadership bonus pool contains 3% of eligible global CV, which are paid out on a weekly basis. Right now, guys, this is paying out $200 to $300 a week for golds. Okay, which is ridiculous. That's an extra $1,200, okay, every week just because you're hitting gold. Now, some of you guys are like, man, how the heck am I going to hit gold? I'm going to show you in just a second, and I kind of already did, okay? So I want you to understand, a lot of you guys right now are trying to hit gold. So let's figure this out. Can you guys see the board okay? Everything's still all right? I'm losing people as we speak, but it's okay. That's typically how network marketing works. When something requires an extra amount of effort and sacrifice, only the cream rise to the top. Okay, cool. So here's you. You just got started this week. You're like, Mario, how in the heck am I going to hit gold? I'm going to show you. Okay, there you are right there. We're going to get you 30 text messages, okay? Now, with the numbers that I'm showing you, if you're getting excited, don't stop at 30. Just saying, okay? Maybe you can go to 90, okay? People ask me, Mario, how did you enroll 30 plus people in your first 30 days? I knew I was going to call 200 people. I could call 200 people in 6 months, or I could call them in 30 days. I called them in 30 days, okay? So, but we don't want to overwhelm you, okay? So let's say 30 texts. 30 text messages you're going to get 15 connect calls. That means you're going to get them on the phone with me. You're going to get them on the phone with Ricky, Francoise, and some of your leaders, okay? Now, you're going to do at least 3 to 6 business partners. But let's be conservative. Let's say it's 3. 3 business partners. So you have 1, 2, 3, okay? Now, remember, your goal is to do this within 48 to 72 hours. Okay, so do you think you still have some week left if you've done 48 to 72 hours? Yes, you got 3 or 4 days still. Okay, so let's say you do it again. So you bring in another 3 people. Now you got 6 on your team, okay, because you did this twice in 1 week. Now, that's 3,000 points because each one of them come in with the builder's pack. It's 3,000 points on each side, okay? This is week 1. Now, let's say none of them duplicated out within their 40 to 72 hours. Let's just say for purposes of this example. Now, week 2, by the way, you would have made 400, 400, 400, 400, 400, 400. That's a pretty good first week. Now, week 2, we're teaching all your people to do this. So each one of them go out 1, 2, 1, 2. His third goes here. Her third goes here. Her third goes here, and 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You got 1, 2, 3. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9,000 volume. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9,000 volume. You would actually be a platinum, not even a gold. You see how that works? But Mario, I got to do gold every single week just to get that bonus. No, you don't have to do gold. Your whole team has to do it. And because we're early, guys, I wake up every week at least, okay, at least if you at like Blue Sapphire, just because of the amount of people on the team, okay? Okay, let's see here. What if you don't know many people? Message me on the side, because if you're thinking that right now, guys, you're not understanding the power of CBD. CBD erases boundaries. CBD erases walls, meaning in any other network marketing company, okay, if you sell weight loss products, if you sell those wrap deals, right, if you sell insurance, there's going to be people, nah, I'm good. But CBD is so powerful, it's so new, it's so disruptive. Every single person you know, okay, has wants to talk and wants to learn about this. But remember, what did I say? We started out with 3. I showed you by doing 6 people, okay, how you can get to this in 2 weeks. But if you did 3, then you do it in 3 weeks, okay? It doesn't take a lot because this person knows people you don't. This person knows people you don't. This person knows people you don't. So it's completely different, okay? Hold on one sec. Okay, so, and then the other piece is, guys, if you're considering, well, I don't know that many people, go meet new people. Nobody's telling you that you can't meet new people, okay? Well, why would I do that? Do I need to go over these numbers again? That's really all it comes down to, right? There's always a will and there's always a way. Listen, I had an opportunity to work with, or actually not work with, but meet the owner of another company in network marketing one time. And this gentleman is a billionaire. Okay, the company is massive, been around 25 years. And he said to me, Mario, he said, actually asked the group, he said, there's one characteristic that I would choose to build a whole new company around, okay? That one characteristic would be what, right? If I was going to pick one person to build a new team with, there's only one characteristic I would look for. And people are like, man, leadership, integrity, hard work. They were saying all these different things. And ultimately he said, no, hunger. If you're hungry, if you have a why, if this makes sense, you'll find a way. You're either going to find a way or you're going to find an excuse. And I can't help you with that. and this is for anybody on the call. When I saw this type of stuff for the very first time, I was like, man, you mean only thing I have to do is work hard? And I'm like, do you know where I grew up? I grew up in the dirt. Work hard is all we do. So you'd say the X factor is work hard? I was like, you might as well set up my Maserati right now. Because if X factor is working hard, let's go. That's easy. I grew up working hard. And I know being in Southern California, there's a lot of you guys that grew up working hard. A lot of minorities, a lot of people that were under the level there. And that's not to say if you grew up with wealth that you don't work hard. I make my daughter grind right now. How many of you guys see her out there standing in front of the market? She's a grinder. I'm trying to teach her to be a grinder. So I'm sharing you that with that. Say, guys, we're giving you the vehicle, and we would even help you to learn how to find new people, because I actually have a training using Facebook that'll teach you how to meet new people. Right? It's called Organic Facebook Attraction, and it's free. And I'll share it with you guys. So there's always ways. Okay. Number 7, our destination trips. Okay. So when you hit gold, okay, you get to go on the Bahamas trip. Okay. When you hit any of the diamond destinations, so when you hit black diamond, okay, or when you hit diamond, excuse me, you get to go 2 people, 5 days, 4 nights, held once a year for requalification. So here's a cool thing. When you hit black diamond, every year you get to go on the gold trip. Every year you get to go on the diamond trip, and every year you get on the black diamond. As long as you keep your rank, anything through all of those, you go on every single year. How stupid is that? That's why Ricky and Francois goes on 3 exotic trips every year. So not only do you hit gold, but when you hit diamond and you stay, at least if you just stay diamond, every year you know you're going to go on the Bahamas trip, and there's actually 2 Bahamas trips every year, and every year you know you're going to go to Hawaii. Unless they switch them up, right, like destinations. Then this year, the Black Diamond trip is 2 people, 7 days, 6 nights, held once a year with requalification. This year, they're going to Greece and to Athens, right? Crown Blue Diamond exclusive trip, 2 people, 10 days, 9 nights, held once a year with requalification. And it says for all trips, brand partner must maintain active and qualified status from their first qualified period until the date of the year. So you have to be active and qualified from the entire period that you need to earn it. Like you can't have dropped out of activation and then hit it, or you can't have, fallen off your CV and then hit it later, okay? So this one here is important. This is all, by the way, taken from a 1-sheet document on your back office. I'm not going to spend too much time on all of these because the majority of you guys need to get to gold. So what does it take to get to gold? First and foremost, you have to have 80 CV. I encourage you to be to 160, because guess what? You could be trying to rank for gold at 80, but you're missing out on all the matching bonuses. Remember I told you how to get paid on all the people generationally, right? Through 1 through 7. You can't get any of them at 80. You have to have at least 160. So again, I don't care what you're right here. Everybody should be at 160 at least. Okay. Now you also have to have 1 person sponsored on your right and 1 person sponsored on your left, and 6,000 in volume on your smaller leg. Okay. So that means that you have to have at least 6 on your bigger leg, right? So 6,000. So 6 and 6 on each side, of which 2,500 is PET. Okay, so that's it. You do it once, you're gold. You do it next week, you're gold. You do it next week, you're gold. But remember, the initial push is going to be the hardest. After you achieve it, it's about helping your people continue to duplicate, and you keep adding on the bottom. Don't ever get to a place, guys, where you think, oh, cool, I got my 6. Now it's your turn. That's not how this works. That's why I've personally enrolled 50 people. My goal is to do 50 people on my right, 50 people on my left. Statistically, if you do 50 on your right, 50 on your left, you're a millionaire. By the way, Ricky and Francois have already enrolled personally over 100 people. That's why they're millionaires in the company. It's that simple. Don't let your minimums be your maximums. That's all I would say to that, okay? And so, guys, that's it. I went way too long today, but we did have a lot of great information to cover. For those of you guys that stood on to the very end, thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you guys. This will be recorded. Like I said, we're going to record them into 2 areas. One is going to be just the compensation section, and the other is going to be the overall training from start to finish. So with that being said, guys, God bless you. Have a great weekend, and let's finish the week strong. Don't kick back. Push hard, right? When just like a sprinter, at the end, they lean in to finish that race. Lean in and finish this week. And let me know if you guys need any help. God bless, guys. Talk to you soon.